I need y'all to like this video real quick. Comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you see the next time I drop.
For the single males just watching this, when you feel like you need the physical experience and you're almost sending out a mass text, texting 3 people at once to see who's going to respond back and then to see who you would actually like to hang out with at that point, that would be some whole shit if it was coming from a woman. Until you find things to separate or you adjust to having the ability to do those things. Because when you're not in a committed relationship, that's normal behavior.
Yeah, because you're trying to find something to bridge the gap of that loneliness. You know what I'm saying? Kind of take up the space of that loneliness. I know it's got to be lonely out there for these single motherfuckers.
Hey, y'all, nigga was trying to talk to my best friend tonight. He told me I got whatever your best friend need. I said, how much? How much? I was thinking about how much, like, I could take off of it. You trying to sell it, bestie? Bestie, what depending on how much it costs.
They are not her friend. I could tell you that right now. You want to know how I know that? Because they would not have their girl lipstick looking like that. You know what I'm saying? Crazy as hell. That's number one. Number two, that's all it is. You could just tell that they in secret competition with each other. And them other two is kind of bad. So, you know, she gotta be the big bag cock blocker.
Y'all want to know what I think needs to be studied and studied as a mental illness? Lying unprovoked. Like, I'm convinced that that's a mental illness. Like, bitch, I didn't even ask you to lie. You just willingly went out of your way to lie.
I think that's called a pathological liar, but I could be wrong. I like to give a different perspective. And the reason why I say that is because I determine how I respond to that. You know what I mean? And I think anybody is capable of everything, you know? And so it helps me to kind of create the space to really understand why someone would lie pathologically and then create some empathy for that person. Because it could be a reflection, and more likely than not, if somebody's a pathological liar, to be a symptom or a connection to a mental illness. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, and another bitch will be replaced by you.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Oh, she stole me,
Man, some dudes like that toxic shit, man. Hell to the no, man. Hell to the no, dog. She would never even feel comfortable doing that. I don't like the hitting shit. I don't like those type of relationships. That leads to domestic violence.
I love hearing about those stories where those couples are still together after the bitch done stabbed them and then took them to the hospital and they still good. They rocking. He ain't leaving his boo. Now, I'm not saying I believe in domestic violence, but I do believe in justice.
That the only men that accept that type of shit are men with limited options. That's why staying focused on purpose is always gonna increase your options. Always. And you don't have to deal with none of that shit. You be the selector. But you gotta find a vision and stay focused on purpose. That's it.
It's a lot of cliche things I could say. And so I'll choose this one. In order for new chapters to begin, old chapters have to end. And so with that, I am announcing my departure from tonight's Conversation podcast. It's been quite the journey. The community I've gained, the perspective I've gained have been invaluable. I am eternally grateful to every single person that's ever shared with me how this space has positively impacted them and broadened perspective for them. This is not a goodbye. I'm not leaving the lane, I'm leaving the platform. So if you would like to keep up with me, holla at me here. Follow me, follow the podcast at Tripp Fontaine on Instagram.
That right there, that's how you leave a situation, a business situation. He's thinking long term. He's thinking it's chess, not checkers. This doesn't close the opportunity for other businesses to work with him. It leaves that door wide open because he's bowing out gracefully. The one thing you don't want to do is disparage the place that you left from, because then you're going to blackball yourself.
I speak for all the females when I say this. Ain't nothing more devastating than going through a nigga phone and he inboxing all these hoes and they not responding back. You don't get bitches. You don't get bitches. So I'm the only dummy that took you serious. I gotta put my glasses on to see what these hoes saw, because why I'm the only dummy that took you serious.
Sad, man. Sad. These women need help. I'm telling you, they need their daddy. They need their daddy so they know how to pick better. They can't do it by themselves. Man, I feel bad for our women. I feel bad for ourselves, for real. Because we all going through the same thing together. We just don't know it.
Hold on, so let me get this right, bitch. I go on your page, your highlights fully loaded. You've been everywhere all over the globe. You got 4 Chanel bags, 3 Louis Vuitton purses, Gucci shades. You got a 2025 car. But when I meet you, all your bills behind, bitch.
Poor spending habits. They rather look rich than actually be rich. That's how it is. Men are there to ground you, you know, so that you don't get into that type of day. You be next to your man, your dad ain't gonna be absurd. Trust me, especially the right man. I know it might be hard to find though.
Do y'all ever notice that people who are in happy, healthy relationships, who are either married or they just in a regular relationship, they don't ever be on those podcasts, or they don't ever make posts and statuses about how niggas ain't X, Y, and Z and bitches ain't X, Y, and Z?
Yep, because what you don't know, you can't fuck up.
Women are the ones getting the money right now.
But
in any other generation, this right now, women are the new killing it for real.
I hate when y'all say that, because that shit sounds so unattractive. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
women
having it.
y'all the new like, oh yeah, just
when we
women
gonna,
like.
when we I think we just generation of guys,
because just evolving. That's it.
Yeah,
we evolving.
Yeah, y'all evolving into men.
Where,
she just said we the new.
No,
that ain't
not
nothing
like
a woman.
that, though.
That's nothing a woman should be comfortable saying in her mouth.
She
like,
shouldn't
ain't no gonna be like, yeah. The new bitches, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a sassy man apocalypse.
That's not a flex.
But that's the sad thing, because a lot of women feel that way, and it's for a reason. It's valid reasons. Like, everybody's not feeling that way for no reason.
I've spoken to plenty of women that don't understand what the y'all talking about with this whole masculine shit. They don't know what the y'all talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's an echo chamber. It sounds good for women to say. It's like, I'm independent. No, you're an adult. It sounds good to say it, but you're an adult just like everybody else in the society.
It's important to understand the why. Why in your brain does it feel like it's a flex to be masculine? You know, like, they're not just crazy. You know what I mean? They're not doing this because they're insane. When you go back further enough, and this is where men have to, number one, exercise some empathy for their women and understand that the same way not having your father affected you, affected them as well, but in a whole totally different way. And so the way that it's affecting them is that their mother, our mother, because we got the same mamas, taught them to survive. And so in order to be able to survive in the world, you have to be masculine. They, just like we have, not been afforded the opportunity to see what a man and woman look like loving on each other. We all haven't seen it. And so the form that they're taking isn't because they're just choosing it. It's because they don't know any better. These are the generational curses that we have to be aware of and allow it to kind of approach a situation with more empathy. You still got to get a correction, don't get me wrong, because a correction needs to be made. But I'm saying you can have more empathy and understanding, because the same thing that most of us are suffering from, when you look around, they're suffering from it too, just in a different way, and it shows up differently. It is disgusting though for them to be talking about some, we're the new niggas. Like, don't no man want that. Like, we're not interested in that. You know what I'm saying? That don't turn us on. We like feminine shit. You know what I'm saying? We like it soft and delicate. That hard shit, don't nobody want that unless you want a soft man. I need y'all to like this video real quick. Comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you see the next time I drop.